Hey there, YouTube. WhiskeyCactus here, welcoming you back to our Let's Play of the Letter. This is episode number 14, and last time, Zach discovered something very interesting while developing the pictures that he took of Hannah from the photo shoot for the magazine that he works for, or that he's freelancing for. And so, we discovered some ghosty images in the pictures, and Zach had some flashbacks to some ghosty, creepy shit, so... We decided we wanted to go talk to Ashton, and maybe use his detective skills to get a sense of what the fuck is going on. And something tells me that's not gonna go well, but, you know, we're gonna give it a shot. So let's go ahead and load this up, and see where we're at. Sometimes, I wish Ash would make himself easier to find. Now, what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm going to pop this, earbud out of my ear. I'm gonna use one earbud because it's fucking loud and I can't get a good balance between my audio output on my one laptop that's playing the game and the game audio on my what's it called? Elgato. So I need to pop one out because it's fucking loud, so I need to be able to hear some other stuff. But anyway, let's check this, just make sure. Alright. Yeah, we're maxed out with Isabella. We're starting to gain some traction with Ashton. We have some good stuff with Hannah. So that's all good stuff. Alright. That's exactly how we left it. Anyway, sometimes I wish Ash would make himself easier to find. 24 messages, 13 police 13, because that says police. 13 phone calls, and one visit to his flat later. I still have no idea which rock in Luxburn he went off to hide under again. The guy has his own place, but refuses to stay in it. Has his own phone, but doesn't answer any of his calls, or give any indication he's gotten my messages. Most of the time, he'll just show up on my front door. Sounds like a good friend. Sometimes in the middle of the night, complaining how uncomfortable it is to sleep at the back of his his car. Is he homeless? Well, no, we said we went to his flat, so... As if the old couch in my flat is any better. Nothing new from him, though, but a bit frustrating, really. There's the police precinct, of course. Then again, he's not there most of the time either. And if that's also true for today, he's likely out on another stakeout. There's nothing much to do for me but to wait, if that's the case.
Let's just hope I'm lucky enough today.
Well, let's hope. I have a feeling you will be, because otherwise there wouldn't be any plot to this part of the chapter. So let's see. October 27th, Thursday, cool, okay. Well, Luxburn is, okay, real quick, let me go back to the journal. So, is the 27th, when was the party, the 28th? Okay, so the party was the 28th. So that was when Zach went to Hannah's party, and the whole thing with Rochelle and Luke happened, and we got friendly with Hannah, and then I think October 9th was the whole deal with, yeah, the whole deal with Hannah, with the hatch, where we didn't die as Hannah. So, October 29th is now the furthest we've gotten in the game in terms of the timeline. So we know that Hannah lives to the 29th, and we know that Zachary at least lives to the 28th. So, we shouldn't have anything to worry about at the moment. Fingers crossed. While Luxburn is a relatively peaceful city boasting a low crime rate, oh dear, what about its ghost crime rate? Its precinct stays abuzz with activity. Well, we got all those quote-unquote serial killers, though, don't we? And the missing people from BRC? I feel like it's not as low crime as we think it might be. As soon as I open the glass front doors, murmurs coming from the people waiting in the lobby welcome me. Officers can occasionally be seen shuffling in and out of the rooms, greeting civilians with a casual smile and a polite nod. Some, though, look a little worse for wear, like their receptionist, who looked at me with much disdain the moment I arrived. Thankfully, I won't have to deal with him today. Before I can even step in, Ashton's voice, though low, comes from the hallway adjacent to the lobby.
Not even for just 1 minute?
Not even.
No. The case was dismissed, remember?
Interesting. What case?
You were the one handling that case.
If you want access to those records, you've got to ask Chief. I was taken off it before shit went to hell.
Oh dear.
Why do you even bother? Even Professor Clark seems to have given up on that.
Well, Never mind, you won't understand.
Oh, you're so edgy, Ash.
Right. I know you owe Professor Clark a lot, but the right guy isn't just someone you mess with.
Ooh. What did Luke do?
They've got the money. Who knows what else gets swept under the rug with them involved.
Interesting. So I'm by the way, I'm super excited to play Ashton's arc because I want to know all the secrets that he knows about, like, because I'm sure he's got, like, shit. Oh, God. Well, that just got edited out. You're not seeing my desktop. Anyway. Yeah, I bet he's got all kinds of, shit on, especially the rights, but maybe, who knows, maybe Marianne, maybe Becca, maybe, who knows? Maybe other characters, like Rochelle and the other guy, her husband. I want to know that stuff. Maybe he's got stuff on the missing people. That's what I really want to know. They've got the money. Who know? Oh, what am I reading? What am I doing? What am I doing? Pay attention.
That takes a special kind of ignorant not to know.
And a smart person to know which boundaries he can't cross. You're a bright guy, you'll figure it out. In any case, I've got to get going. Another missing person case on my hand. Benjamin on the front desk looks like he's about to maul someone after the fourth one yesterday.
What is your accent? That does not. That sounds like almost British, but still pronouncing the very American R's. I don't know. That's weird.
Murders, people missing. What a time to be alive. Man, I miss the old Luxburn.
You and me both. I'll see you. Gotta go grab some lunch.
Nuh-uh, not if I stop you first, Ash. He notices me first as soon as he enters the lobby and pauses. Confusion briefly crosses his face until I fish out the phone from my pocket and wave it up. Frowning, he pulls his own mobile out, wordlessly fiddling with it for a few seconds before sighing heavily. There ain't any annoyance in him when he glances up, though. Only mild exasperation and what might be a hint of amusement.
Stop taking pointers from Isabella. This is gonna get old soon.
At least use your phone properly.
It's an alarm clock, a good note-taking device, a halfway decent camera, and maybe a music player too. If I'm being nice. What else do I need it for?
I don't know, keeping in contact, maybe?
I mean, I never use my phone as a phone, so can't exactly blame him. When he merely shrugs, I know I've struck a chord. He's far from holding a piece of technology in contempt, of course. Ash has always been nothing but practical from the start, and technology is useful. Only when he gets too focused on one thing. Like a case he's handling, he tends to forget there are other things around him. Little reminder and a nudge in the right direction can get him a long way.
I've got an email on that social media site the girls roped us into joining.
Which one's that? Insta? It's definitely Insta.
That doesn't make any sense. Also, you've got an account before any of us had one.
Definitely Insta. Look at him. Look at him. It was Insta.
For policing purposes?
Maybe.
Anyway, why are you here? I thought you have something scheduled today. Or was that yesterday?
That was yesterday. Look, about that. There's something I want you to see.
Oh, here we go. Prepare for a jump scare, just in case they, like, flash that fucking photo up again. I'm expecting it at this point, but who knows. He stops me with a tap on my shoulder, walks past me straight to the door, and gestures with his head toward the very irked receptionist when I raise an eyebrow in question.
Over lunch. I haven't eaten anything since last night, and Benjamin there doesn't really like loiterers around here.
Well, fuck Benjamin. How dare he do his job? Wordlessly, I follow after him, but not after sending the poor guy behind the table an apologetic smile. We're such a nice guy. Oh, I know this place. We came here as Isabella with Becca and Zach, I think it was, right? Yeah. I want to know what the fuck that is. It's a very odd picture. Alright. As expected, he takes a seat in the farthest corner of the cafe, a good way from the window. Easily allows a view of who comes and goes. Is he a mobster? Secluded enough not to be disturbed by the lunch hour rush or be overheard by a curious bystander. If I didn't know this is lunch he invited me to, I would automatically assume I got dragged into another stakeout. After years of knowing him, though, this has simply become one of the many habits he has that I've gotten used to. Food arrives minutes later. Oh, this game makes me hungry. This game makes me fucking hungry. I'm not gonna lie. I've already eaten dinner, by the way. This is like evening time when I'm recording this. And every time I look at this shit, I wanna, what the fuck is that? That is talent. That is fucking talent. Man, alright. I can't even, like... I can kinda sorta draw manga-style characters on paper with a pencil. I can't even begin to fathom drawing it in a fucking cup of coffee. Slice of their vegetarian quiche for me. Meanwhile, Ashton has opted for a cup of coffee, plus a gracious serving of...
You having cake for lunch?
Damn right. You're having quiche. Alright, fair enough. He shrugs and proceeds to dig in without even a hint of remorse. Frankly, it's like seeing a child get his Christmas present early.
Don't tell Becca. I'll get an earful. It's just for today.
You should listen to her, though. The kind of work you do, you'll need to eat something other than sweets. I don't want to see you drop dead in front of my apartment again.
I told you, just this once.
Yeah, that's what they always say.
Have you been hanging out with Becca lately? You're beginning to sound like her.
I don't think I have. Oh yeah, I have. With the movie, and then the lunch with Isabella. That's the last time, though.
Nah, just for some recipes.
Yeah.
But she has the right to worry, you know? It's like she's taking care of two kids. One bitches on sweets, while the other on cup noodles.
You know what? I would appreciate people backing the fuck off of Isabella. She's got a lot on her fucking plate.
At least Bella knows how to cook.
Hey, I can at least boil something. Wait, that's easy, right? I mean, you just put water in and...
Was Ashton the one who burned the salad?
No, don't even think about it. You destroyed your own kitchen once by sticking a pressure cooker on it. I think my sister is a whole lot better than you. And this is coming from someone who has no other choice but to eat her cooking for some time.
To be fair, he genuinely appears offended at the last remark. Hate will be too strong of a word to describe how Sis and him usually interact whenever they're in the same room. Though whatever appropriate word it is, I can say with most certainty that the feeling's mutual for both. Oh, and that's interesting. Ash thinks she nags too much, while Sis thinks he's a trouble magnet I should stay away from. They're both technically right on their assessments.
How's your sister, by the way? Still bullying white guys?
Okay. Ooh. No, we're gonna be nice. We're gonna be nice. We're not gonna say you're the one who started. We're gonna say she's married to one now, right? Why not? That I can't imagine that that's the wrong answer for Ashton, right? Because this could be playful, right? Like, you're the one who fucking started it. You dated my sister and treated her like shit. Oh, sorry. This has to be the right answer.
You do know she's married to one now.
Yeah, okay.
I hope she doesn't end up poisoning him with her cooking.
So there's history. There's definitely history.
Pot calling the kettle black?
Maybe.
She can't be better than me.
Actually, she is now. They're planning to start a restaurant sometime in the future.
Best of luck, man. That is a fucking risk.
I was bedridden for days after eating some of the stuff she whipped up. And now you're letting her cook for other people?
Why is Zachary the one letting her do anything? Why can't she choose to do things by herself? Ashton.
Don't exaggerate. It was just for one day, and you're the one who refused to leave your apartment. You should come by, though. Sis gave birth a few days ago. Girl.
Oh.
I've only seen the pictures, but I might visit sometime after everything's settled down. Too many backlogs to go through for now.
Assuming we survive that long.
No way in hell. She'll just find something to criticize again.
You gotta see the little baby.
Last time, it was Shirley.
Oh, fuck off. Who cares about your car? Makes a show of being utterly mortified, though I'm quite sure he doesn't mean any of that. He might not say it straight out, but I'm pretty sure he's enjoying the small visits whenever he can. Something about it reminds him of his own family, sort of like making up for the one he never got back after his parents separated. Sore spot, that one topic. Excuse me, one thing he never brings up in any conversation if he can help it, and I've never seen the need to be nosy. There's some wounds you're just not meant to open. For the both of us, the sentiment goes the same way.
As if you ain't already on a shit list. You're just afraid of her.
Ah.
In your dreams. But I'll think about it. Can't just drop this thing at the moment.
What thing? What you got, man? What you got? His change in tone is subtle. His aggravation over the matter hangs completely palpable in the air.
Still no closer?
The opposite, actually. There's been some slip-ups here and there. Careless mistakes, and let's just say I'm waiting for him to make another one. What about you? How are things on your end?
All piled up on top of the other. But I can manage. Still recovering from the expenses for the movie, so the surge in new projects helps.
Speaking of that, I've got some fucking shit to show you, man.
Well, there's this one thing.
Oh, yes. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the one thing. That is the fucking thing. Oh, God. The expression on his face grows more puzzled with each photo I spread on the table. It's about 8 of them. All of it reprints of the same thing. Mrs. Wright's distorted head on the photos. Okay, it takes a minute to go through each, eyeing the prints warily. The furrow on his brow doesn't ease, even as he gathers all of it into one pile and sets them in one neat stack in front of me with a heavy sigh.
Hannah Wright?
Well, yes. You can tell by the boobs.
Yeah. How did you...
Oh, wait, does he not see it? Oh, he doesn't see it. We're the only ones who can see it. Oh, God. Oh, that's not good. That is not good.
The locket. She never takes it
okay.
off.
Alright, never mind. Scared myself for a minute there.
Evan's family heirloom.
I won't even think about asking why or how he knows that. If he's investigating them, he'll likely have already dug up every unimaginable dirt. Every unimaginable dirt? Every piece of unimaginable dirt? All unimaginable dirt? On them, including family history.
Are you done with your work with them?
Story updated.
Yesterday, yeah. It's just a small feature for a magazine. Interviews, photos, standard stuff, nothing big. But see, here's the thing. I don't know how else to put this out there without sounding crazy, but there really is something odd with that place.
Oh, really? Oh, really? How about we apologize to Isabella, then?
Remember the letter?
Oh. Oh. Oh, God. He drags in a breath, reaches up his nose, and pinches it. Like the action alone will help grant him all the patience in the world to continue this conversation. You know what? Before you fucking judge, just remember, you're gonna see the ghost at some point. And I'm gonna have to save your ass, me being the player. And you better not piss me off, Ashton.
Please tell me this isn't about that again.
No, Ash, you've got to listen this time.
I am listening, and I can't believe that just came out of your mouth. These are some blurred out photos, and that letter is just a stupid prank. I expected this from Isabella, not you. You're the photographer here. I don't see any need to get worked up over this.
Yeah, but when I was taking the picture, I saw some shit, bro.
I know what you mean, but would you hear me out first?
Ash leans back on his seat and doesn't say anything further. He gestures for me to continue with a wave of his hand, impatience clearly on his face. Any other person telling him this and he'll walk out without batting an eye. Suppose the only reason he's giving me the benefit of the doubt is because we know each other.
Ash, I don't easily buy into these things as much as you do. Yesterday, though, behind Hana.
He blinks at that, his eyebrows lifting momentarily before settling into a deep frown.
Hana? Since when were you on a first-name basis with the right missus?
Since things, okay? Bro, just fucking listen, okay? Listen. I'm trying to save your fucking life, man. Fuck.
Why does that even matter?
I thought you said this was just a gig.
So we talked. His voice stays level, but the accusation in it is clear as day. Hits a nerve in me somehow, more than that tone usually does. Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do that cheaty visual novel thing where I just do this and save. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. I'm saving before making a choice. Look at me. Oh, I'm the worst kind of player. We gotta get him to listen to us, right? I feel like this is gonna not end well. If I say that's not the point here, it's gonna get sidetracked, and Ashton's gonna get pissy If I say it's really just a gig, then he'll probably be more amenable to the actual crux of what we're talking about. So let's say it's really just a gig. What does that do? Increases my relationship with Ashton. Okay, so we're good. Alright. Patience can be a tough thing to summon at times. But we didn't get this far as friends if we let our own tempers be the lord of us.
Bro, it's really just another freelance work.
I mean, I'm not lying. He eyes me skeptically. Same stare he reserves for people he interrogates. Fine, interrogate me. I'm telling the fucking truth. It doesn't fucking matter. Been on the receiving end of it before, early in our friendship. Years later, he's already got the unimpressed police look down pat.
Hey, there's nothing going on with me and Miss Hana. She was just being friendly. Insisted I call her by her first name. That's all.
That's true, and we also haven't had any of the stuff that happened after the party, which is tomorrow. So, I stand by my choices.
I wasn't implying any of that. You're not that sort of guy.
I know, but let's just get that out of the way. The just-in-case elephant in the room scenario, aight? She's a married woman, Jesus!
Not with the image she presents in public.
No, but trust me, she ain't any of the things the tabloid writes about her.
Like I read any of those.
Oh, you fucking read them.
I know you don't. But keep it in mind, will you?
Will do. Though I can't promise you'll get off scot-free if she's involved. And with how you're acting, it feels like I'm doing a solid for your girlfriend.
Ha 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 ha. Ha. No way, man. No way. Hannah, Marianne. I'm sticking to that. Hannah and Marianne. I'm shipping it. I have no idea. By the way, I have no idea if that's a thing that you can even do. I mean, like I said, this is a totally blind playthrough. I have no knowledge of how any of this is going to end, so whatever. I'm just doing what I think feels right based on the characters.
Cut that out, will you? And I'm not asking you to. Besides, what's currently going on here is more important.
Alright, lay it in.
Recounting everything takes the better half of our lunch, but he manages to listen through the entire thing without a snide comment. I find that hard to believe. So does Zach, apparently. A feat in itself, actually. At the end of it, Ash merely nods, takes out his phone, and excuses himself. Excuse me. Off to a far corner of the cafe for some privacy, if you can even afford to have such in a place as public as this. Oh, hello. We got University of Luxburn, Andrew Clark, PhD, Professor of Psychology and Ethnography, Department... Oh, fuck you! Fuck you, Ashton. Is that like a subtle way of saying, like, I'm fucking crazy? Professor of Psychology? Fuck off. He returns in a little while and hands me a small card.
I can't stop you if you're willing to believe in this crap. Give this guy a call. You're better off talking to him than me.
Fucking...
He's at the public library now if you want to catch him there. He used to be my professor back in the university.
He better be very knowledgeable about ghosts and supernatural shit, otherwise I'm gonna be really pissed at you, Ash.
Oh, no, I don't think that's...
Go on. I already gave him a heads up. You know I can't help you out, man.
Well, here we go. We got a journal update. He gives my arm a tap and walks off, mumbling about checking back how things are at the precinct. Okay. Well, let's check out this journal entry. Disturbed, Zachary decided to show the photographs to Ashton during lunch at the coffee house. They briefly discussed Zach's sister before the topic veered onto the photos. Refusing to believe his friend, Ashton advised him to talk to Andrew instead, 'cause he's a douche. Okay. I don't see his face when he leaves, but I know this is his own little way of helping out, despite what he doesn't voice out. You have more faith in him than I do, Zach. Of all the places, it never crossed my mind I'll end up wandering into the public library today, considering I rarely ever visited. Somehow there has always been this kind of disconnect between me and books in general. Sure, some of them held my attention in my youth during the brief times of the day I was left to my own with nothing to do. I went through the whole of Grand's collection, as a matter of fact. Read all of them twice or thrice, even. Yo, you have to be well-read if you just use the word thrice. You just, like, use the word, like, that's not even, like, you're not writing in it, you're just, like, thinking. You're thinking the word thrice. That's in your thought vocabulary. You have to be well-read. Or super snotty. and Zach's not super snotty, so they never did hold it for long. Most of it never even sticked. Well, there goes that theory. Sticked. Sticked, Zach. Sticked. You think the word thrice. How can you not know the word is stuck, Zach? Come on. Oh, God. Look, I love this game so far. I've had a blast playing this game so far, but the fucking grammar is just out of control. This game needed way more proofreading. It's really the only complaint I have. Especially after I learned it's simply easier to do things myself if I want to learn stuff. ... This ain't in the plan in the first place. But after Ashton went through the trouble to contact the professor, I can't just ignore it. Nothing but quiet greets me inside, though. Not the typical mum one would associate with a library, but one akin to a hush prior to an impending trouble. Great. Or perhaps I'm just overthinking again. I really like to think I'm just thinking too much about this, that this is just the lack of sleep talking. Regardless, apart from a group of students murmuring in a corner somewhere, the place is free of its usual visitors. While my footsteps echo in a manner unsettling enough to raise the hairs at the back of my neck. Much to my relief, it does not take me long to find him, being the only occupant in this side of the room. Professor Andrew Clark. Hello there. You look very distinguished. I've never personally met the man, but Ash has spoken highly of him several times. In fact, he's Ash's go-to guy when something's troubling him with a case. My steps are unsure as I approach. At any rate, he greets me with a warm smile like a grandson he hasn't seen in a long time.
Ashton's friend, I take it. Zachary.
Why are there so many Americans in this game? We're in England. There should be more people with English accents. Seems odd. I guess not. It's a fucking... we're in, like, a city that probably has a vast metropolitan, melting pot. I retract that.
You'll have to forgive this old man if I don't get your name right.
Oh, no, you got it. It's Zach. Zachary Steele, Professor Clark.
Agent Zachary Steele. He gestures at the empty seat across the table when he returns to his books. Next couple of minutes pass in relative silence as he continues to read and take notes from the pile he's accumulated on the table. Maybe I should have taken a book first before heading here. But before I can even get far into that idea, the professor clicks the book shut and sets it atop the stack next to him.
Ashton told me you were hoping to get answers from me.
I'm hoping to get somebody to fucking believe me. That's what I'm hoping.
Although I'm not quite sure what I could share, I'll do my best to help.
Of course, there are a lot of things I want to ask. How do we get out of this mess in the first, among tens, hundreds of concerns in my mind? How do we get out of this mess is the first among blah, 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 blah. I am literate. But in the presence of someone I barely know, the thoughts won't easily form. He is nothing but patient, however, and with enough time to mull over, a question finally forms.
Do you believe in the paranormal, Professor?
Way to just go for it.
It's supernatural, actually.
Oh, really? Really? You're gonna fucking nitpick? You're gonna fucking nitpick when I'm gonna tell you that there's a fucking ghost chasing the people I care about. There's a fucking ghost threatening my life, threatening the life of, 5 other people, 6 other people, and you're gonna sit there and say, it's not paranormal, it's supernatural. Fuck you. What the fuck is going on with me today?
Don't worry. It's a common mistake to make. But they really are 2 different things.
Okay, great.
The other one deals with what we can't explain at the moment, while the other are things we may not have an explanation to.
The other one and the other one. Okay, sure. Okay.
Here.
He places a couple of papers in front of me, the very same one he was writing on earlier. Study of Luxborn's supernatural culture in a nutshell.
A friend of mine wrote that a few years ago. He took interest in the city after reading about the stories. I have to agree with him here. Even stories dealing with things you don't see with the naked eye can be rife with culture, and this city thrives on it.
Cool.
Just ask the locals.
I would love to, but I feel like that would take way too much time.
Like ghosts, for example.
A ghost.
Among other things. The interpretation has changed over the years, though. Various religions, for example, have their own version. It might not always be a spirit now. It could be a memory, or an imprint, an echo, so to speak. Some are born from curses, even, out of great anger, hatred, or pain.
I'm thinking it's probably that one. That's probably the one. It's probably the one.
There was this one story.
Oh,
here it is.
Was there a story? What's the story? Do tell me the story. Another book is pulled out from the stack and placed open atop the papers, while he speaks with such passion that it makes me wonder if some part of him believes these to be true. Well, that would go a long way to help me. But let's see. Is this the story? It is interesting, though, even if I'm personally not a fan of such stories. And soon hours pass without my notice.
In the end, it asks for something to be sacrificed in order to destroy whatever anchors the Wraith.
I vote Luke. I vote Luke. We'll sacrifice Luke, and the rest of us are fine.
A sad tale, that one. But the simplest grudge can bring the ugliest, even in the kindest person, with some people none the wiser. Oh, I'm sorry. I just went on.
Nah, it's good. Are you familiar with the Ermengarde Mansion, though?
Of course. That goes without saying. Who hasn't heard of the local legend?
Oh, who hasn't?
Although, word of the mouth is, someone has already bought it.
That is true.
Ah, yeah. The right couple. It was a close friend who handled that sale.
So I heard. Well, don't think the house being bought by anyone would stop us from talking about it. What is it about the mansion, then?
Ghost. Ghost.
I just want to ask what you think of it, sir.
We're going to need more than an afternoon for that, young man.
Indeed.
You see, it's the kind that has changed over the years, passed down from one person to the next. Sometimes, it's the Lord William who haunts the place. There are versions where it's the lady of the house.
Are you gonna sit there and fucking tell me there's more than one ghost? You gonna tell me there's more than one fucking ghost?
But my favorite, a personal favorite, would have to be the ones that followed after the disappearance of the kind daughter.
Is it your personal favorite? Is that your favorite? That's your favorite one? Professor Clark, that's your fucking favorite? Alright. Great. I'm glad you like it so much. 'Cause I don't like it as much. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real with you. You and me, Professor Clark, we're sitting here at this table in this library. I don't like the story very much.
Well, what about these then?
There's a moment of hesitation on my part before I pull out Miss Wright's photos and lay them all in front of him. Unlike Ash, though, the professor inspects each print with great interest. That gives me some hope, at least.
When were these taken?
Got an achievement.
Just the other day. Do you think those are the same?
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
That doesn't help me.
There were certainly instances when the film would pick up what the human eyes weren't able to see.
Oh, let me tell you, the human eyes were fucking able to see it.
But then, it could also have been human error.
On all of them, though?
I didn't edit it in any way. You have my word on that, Professor. They all just came out like that.
Then, if it is what you're thinking, I strongly advise against doing something reckless and further tangling with them.
I agree.
Accounts about them may be riveting to you, but most of it often ends in an unpleasant manner.
What about those people in the house? If there is something in there, shouldn't they know? I'm sure they're already familiar with the legends, but...
Some people might deserve it, however.
Okay.
Deserve what, sir?
Yeah. Okay. I'm a little uncomfortable now. All of a sudden, the tenderness in the professor's eyes disappears, his face becoming unreadable. Okay, as though catching himself, he hastily clears his throat, gathers his books, and rises from his seat.
Professor?
Oh dear.
I'm sorry. I just remembered something I neglected to do.
Uh-huh, okay.
You'll have to excuse me, Zachary.
Gladly. Bye.
Alright. Do you need any help with that?
No, he doesn't, Zachary. We're going to leave very slowly.
Don't let my looks fool you, son. I can still carry a few hundreds. I've been doing this for years. I'll see you some other time if you have any other questions.
Yeah, pretty sure I don't have any other questions. Bye.
Of course. It was nice knowing you, Professor.
Oh, word choice. Excellent word choice. Thank you, Zach. He doesn't hear it, however. We have a new journal update. I bet we do. What wonderful journal update do we have now? Zachary met with Professor Andrew Clark at the library. The professor shared a few of his favorite stories about the city, including a friend's research about its urban legends. When Zach showed Hannah's distorted photos, the professor only warned him not to be reckless and that some people deserve what's coming for them. Okay. Somehow, I wonder if he's involved in some manner. Few short strides, he's out of the library, leaving me and every piece of this whole mess amidst the oppressive stillness. I bet I'm not alone in this fucking library. Despite the answers gleaned, more questions surfaced. If there is even a single way out of this, I hope we find it soon. Oh god. We're back in our room at night. Oh god. What is going to haunt me this time? We've managed to make it almost the whole episode without a fucking jump scare. We're not going to get out of this episode without a fucking jump scare, I know that. Brace yourselves, guys. The moon is well into the night sky by the time I make it back home. My heavy treads, the sound of traffic outside echoing in my ears, filling the empty room with some semblance of life. Nana would scold me if she ever hears me walk like that, but after today I really can't give a damn about everything. The mattress creaks under my weight as I unceremoniously flop down on it, and I find myself looking at the paper under my grip. Alright. Invitation and a request to cover an event. It can't be like a life or death jump scare because we know Zach doesn't die because we've seen him in the Hannah arc, so I'm less worried about that. That doesn't mean we're not going to get jump scared. The Wright's housewarming party tomorrow evening. If only it were that easy, but it'll give me a chance to talk to her about that thing in their house. With a sigh, I let my hand fall to I'm convinced. Well, have we actually seen... Yeah, we have. We have seen the ghost outside of the house. Well, yeah, because Isabella saw it in the office and in the window. I don't remember if Zach saw it outside the house, though. I don't think he did. With a sigh, I let my hand... I can't remember if when we were developing pictures, if we actually saw the ghost or not. With a sigh, I let my hand fall to the side of the bed along with the invitation. I'll think about it tomorrow, and my head ain't muddled with thoughts of a headless woman and the haunting smiles of a ghost. Belatedly, it occurs to me that the last meal I ate had been the one with Ashton. An empty gnawing ache makes itself known, but I can't bring myself to stand up. Today was a complete waste of time and frankly a disappointment. I don't like this. The lack of certainty, the disquiet, the lack of stable ground to stand on, the part where I do not know what will come tomorrow. Ever since that damn letter, everything has been thrown out of the loop. I wish everything stayed the same. Routine would have been easier to make sense of than this. Closing my eyes, I let the noise from the streets below lull me to sleep. Oh, shit. At the very least, that's the one thing that hasn't changed. Here we go. Nope. We are not... Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Fuck. We are in uncharted territory with Zach. Oh, God. Alright. We are gonna go ahead and save again, just in case things start to happen. The melody carries into the hall long before I cross the threshold. Solemn but gentle and soothing, a reminder of what home is. Pa's firm but meaningful gaze, Ma's wistful smiles, the warm rays filtering through the eaves at sunset, the distinct smell of wet earth and leaves after a long day's rain, and our room. The room. Ma and Pa's pride and joy. A place we were once promised several springs ago. Yet it won't stop.
No, wait! Come back! I'll be good this time!
Oh, Jesus.
Please don't leave! Please stay!
Oh, Jesus. God. What's gonna happen? Floorboards are cold under my feet more than it usually is. The walls, more forbidding than what I'm used to. Farther and farther the room goes. Ma's singing ceases, and Pa... I can't hear Pa. Thank you for that. Not above the rockets clanging and the deafening roar of gunshots, nor the screams replacing the comforting soft melodies. There's only the blinding fear. When the light breaks... Okay. Her skin has already taken a sickly pale color, rotten in most parts, blood dripping from every open gash and lesion on her body. Alright, I'm kind of just getting ready to potentially do any of these QuickTime events. Because, like I said, we are in uncharted territory. Bony hands grip Hannah's neck like a noose, staining the skin underneath with a vibrant shade of scarlet. We read that part already. Nothing but malice fills the gleam in her eyes. That sounded like Isabella. A scream ripples through the air. My whole body feels distant. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Every limb heavy with lead. All unable to move at will. I'm gonna save again. Not even so I can wipe the beads of sweat forming at my temple. The rasping of my breath easily fills the room in the wee hours while I force it back into a steady rhythm. There is a tightness in my chest I can't shake off, my heart pounding against it as if it's about to burst out. Oh God, something cold has settled in my legs. Not the usual chill that comes and goes with the passing breeze from the window, but one strong enough to sting, shackle, and leave a frigid sensation creeping up my skin. With every struggle I make, the pressure winds firmly around my legs, tighter and tighter and tighter, until it becomes too much. Fuck! My heart stops. Another draft sweeps into the room and brings with it the iron tang of blood. Maybe I should have done a separate file. Oh well. Thick, suffocating, filling my nose with a foul, sickening smell as I shift my gaze downwards, and it slowly comes into view. Brace yourselves. Nightly visit. Mouth stretched. Oh, hi. Hi there. Mouth stretched in a hideous smile and eyes brimming with nothing but madness. Hello. Stench of gore taints the air around me, and I can't look away. From it, her, from the terror and death that her uncanny twisted features alone scream. Try to open my mouth to shout, to ask for any help, but my voice has left my body altogether. All I have is the painful realization that no kind of plea will ever save me from her. When suddenly, the bed dips. Oh fuck. ... No quick time event, nothing I could do, nothing at all. Seems like we're okay for the time being. Wonderful. The brutal plunge back into myself jerks me awake. There's no ear-splitting scream, no wild thrashing of limbs. Just a painful, constricting awareness that something has wound itself tightly around my neck. I waste no second, pulling it, a blanket, away, but allowing myself a few minutes to steady my breathing before getting off the bed. Inhale, hold, exhale. 1 step, 2 step, 3. The dreams have gotten worse. Ever since 2 days ago, no longer are they the small, cursory flashes that I'm used to, but vivid ones that linger. Now, we don't have anything new in here, right? It didn't, okay. I can still feel the blood in my hands. Oh. Putrid smell of rotting flesh, the sickening crunch of bones breaking with every movement, and her cold, chilling eyes as they bore into me. I draw in one long, ragged breath. Yo, if you just, like, jump out and make me do something with it, like, beautifully bright, safe morning light right now, that would be the lowest fucking blow you could, oh, God. Before I know it, I'm walking out the door. Even in the waking world, it reeks. Okay. Well, do we want to end it here? I don't know how much longer this is going to go for. I guess we could go until the end of whatever this is. Let's do that. A bench on the park is far from the most private place for thoughts in Luxborn, considering its location at the heart of a bustling city. But in the early hours of the morning, it provides enough peace and quiet for any poor problematic soul who happens to wander here. The city is just waking up a little later than usual. But knowing what day it is, one can't fault it for being a little tardy just this once. It's Saturday, right. Yet neither the pleasant morning chill nor the soft twittering of birds does anything to banish the images. Every single one has rooted itself in my head and claws, digging deep in what is no longer a safe place to hide in. It used to be...
Bridge is falling
Oh,
down,
fuck you.
falling down,
God
falling
damn
down.
it.
London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Take a key and lock him up, lock him up, lock him up. Take a key and lock him up, my
Can we not do
fair
this?
lady.
Can we please not do this?
London Bridge is falling down.
It used to... I'm gonna have to take my earbud out because I can't read with that in my ear. It used to be easy, finding some pretense of peace under the guise of sheer optimism, following regular routine. Now I don't know what to make of it. Sometimes it's easier to run, easier to hide when everything's falling apart. That way you don't have to be the first to witness it when it does. It worked when things went bad with the movie, after all. It also worked when Ma and Pa were taken from us. Maybe it really is better if I just...
Hey, mister.
Oh, fuck. You can't fool me with your beautiful music. This is a little creepy singing child in a horror game, and I do not for 1 second trust this thing. I do not for 1 second trust this thing. No. No way. There is no way you are going to be innocent. Fuck. Hey, mister. The tiny voice gives me a pause. When I look up, a little girl, maybe about 6 or 7, is peering at me. 2 wide eyes overflowing with what can only be the natural curiosity one typically sees in children. I vaguely notice the Sankaretti uniform she's wearing before returning her greeting.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid. Kylie.
Kylie?
That's my name. Mama said it's rude not to call people by their names.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, hi, Kylie. She then flops down on the empty space beside me. Little legs too short to touch the ground, swinging in tune with a song she hums under her breath. I don't mind kids. Nana would often invite the ones in our old neighborhood to give them treats. Of course, by then Sis and I were both too old to play with them, but you get used to the commotion eventually. It's not completely as unpleasant as most people would imply. Kylie seems to be a well-behaved kid anyway, until she starts murdering people.
Oh, sorry.
She's gonna have a twin. Just watch. Just watch, she's gonna have a twin. And some night, I'm going to see both of them in my fucking hallway.
Nice to meet you, Kylie. Is Mama here?
No, but my big brother's with me. He's taking pictures with his camera over there.
She points to the far end of the park, the one closest to the street where a kid is taking shots of something above him. Doesn't look to be birds because all there is on that side of the park are buildings.
I don't see what's so interesting with the tip of a building, though. I'd take pictures of dogs if I were him. They're cuter. Do you have a camera too, mister?
I do, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually a photographer.
Mama said I'm too young to get a camera.
I'm sure your mama will eventually give you one. But won't you be late for school like this?
Big brother will get us there on time. Rowan promised Papa.
Alright, well.
We aren't going to be late. It's sports day. So it's not good if you keep looking like that today.
If I keep doing what?
If it ends up raining and we lose, it's your fault.
What the fuck are you talking about, Kylie?
Alright, I'll try not to upset the clouds today, kid.
Is it because you're sick, mister?
It's because I'm cursed. Before I know it, a smile has spread across my face, spread over my face. They say kids ask the toughest questions sometimes, and they sure do with how sincere Kylie looks. Lying feels like doing her a huge disservice.
No, not sick. Just having a very, very bad day.
Why is that? Is that like when my big brother ate all of my pudding? He did that once and I cried. It wasn't very nice of him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, probably.
You see, there's this mean girl. She's giving my friends and I a lot of trouble. Hard to keep up when things are like that, you know? Especially when you can't do anything. It's kind of scary. Makes you wish things will just stay as peaceful as they used to be.
Yeah, it's all what everybody, anybody, what the fuck am I saying? That's all anybody really wants.
Maybe she just wants to be friends with you?
I don't think so. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't think so. Pretty sure she does not want to be friends with me. Pretty sure she wants to fucking murder me.
I highly doubt
Yeah.
that. She already hurt one of my friends.
What if she's just sad? Or maybe she just wants help.
Could be. But means to an end. I don't think the end justifies the means. If killing us is gonna make her less sad, maybe she can stay sad. All I'm saying.
That's what happened with Melody. I let her borrow my crayon when she left hers. Now we're playmates.
Oh, there we go.
It's not really the same thing, Kylie. What she did, they're pretty bad things.
I still think there's another reason. Did you try talking to her? That's what Mama said I should do.
I will do that.
I don't think that'll work.
I will. If it's gonna make you happy, Kylie, I will go talk to the ghost. Fuck that.
You haven't even tried yet. You sound like Rowan.
Do you want to talk to the ghost, Kylie?
You're just scared, mister.
You fucking right. That strikes a chord. Maybe it's the honesty in her tone or simply the truth in the words itself. I don't know why, but I can't help it. I laugh. Loud enough to disturb an elderly couple taking a leisurely walk nearby.
Why are you laughing?
That's nothing. You're a really smart kid, you know that?
That's what I've been doing, ain't it? Go full speed ahead, then backtrack when the going gets tough. Stay in my safe zone because that's what I know. I think that's justified when there's a fucking ghost, Zach. I think you're justified to stay in your fucking comfort zone. If going outside of your comfort zone means getting murdered by a ghost. I think we will understand that. Once Dr. Navarro said I should be the first one willing to deal with my problems before anyone else. Didn't show up to our next appointment after that. But he's right. And though I hate to admit it, knowing what I've seen, but the kid makes a good point too. Been so caught up with thinking there might not be a way out. Maybe there isn't, or maybe there is, but that doesn't mean I should just leave it up to fate. Aren't spirits supposed to be humans before too? Had people they cared about, lived a life of their own, smiled and laughed like the rest of us does. Yeah. They really lose all of it after death.
You better get to school, though, or you'll miss sports day. You should have won yourself some awards, alright?
Alright. Can I show it to you when I do? That can cheer people up, right?
In the distance, her brother calls for her, and I took that as a sign to leave. Got things to do, to face. The first few steps, they say.
Nah, I'm good now, I think. Thanks to you. Besides, Mister needs to go. But you should show it to Mama and Papa. I'm sure they'll be proud of you, Kylie.
I will. Thanks, mister. Bye.
Bye, Kylie. Give her a little pat on the head before heading my way. Small gesture of thanks from a stranger she didn't know might have helped. She might have helped. She may not understand it now, even though at such a young age she already has this understanding of things, but maybe when she's older. When the world no longer seems too big for her.
But aren't you going to help me, mister?
Fuck off. No, stop it.
With what?
Confused, I glance back and she ain't fucking there. You know she ain't fucking there. Oh, god damn it. Alright. I'm going to actually... She's whispering. She's fucking whispering. Alright. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and end the episode off here before anything crazy happens, because we're already over 50 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and stop here. And next time we will, we will deal with this, whatever the fuck this is. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. All the same usual crap. Also make sure you're subscribed for more of The Letter and more of Tales of Exilia and more of Tales of Exilia 2. I keep saying more of Tales of Exilia 2 like I'm playing it, but Tales of Exilia 2 when Tales of Exilia ends, as well as the big mystery game that I'm going to play after this ends, which I still totally haven't decided yet, but I think I am going to leave it as a surprise. So thank you guys so much for watching. Next time we're going to move along with this, and I hope to see you there. Bye.